Every man has his secret sorrows which the world knows not, and oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. There are wounds that never show on the body that are deeper and more hurtful than anything that bleeds. Mental pain is less dramatic than physical pain, but it is more common and also more hard to bear. The frequent attempt to conceal a mental pain increases the burden. It is easier to say my tooth is aching than to say my heart is broken. Anger, resentment and jealousy doesn't change the heart of others, it only changes yours. Depression is the most unpleasant thing I have ever experienced. It is that absence of being able to envisage that you will ever be cheerful again. The absence of hope. That very deadened feeling, which is so very different from feeling sad. Sad hurts, but it's a healthy feeling. It is a necessary thing to feel. Depression is very different. Depression on my left, loneliness on my right. They don't need to show me fire badges. I know these guys very well. I will be stronger than my sadness. Life is 10% what you experience and 90% how you respond to it. Crying is one of the highest devotional songs. One who knows crying knows spiritual practice. If you can cry with a pure heart, nothing else compares to such a prayer. Crying includes all the principles of yoga. Don't try to solve serious matters in the middle of the night. It's brilliant being depressed. You can behave as badly as you like. If you trade your authenticity for safety, you may experience the following: anxiety, depression, eating disorders, addiction, rage, blame, resentment, and inexplicable grief. The greater the artist, the greater the doubt. Perfect confidence is granted to the less talented as a consolation prize. I saw the world from the star's point of view, and it looked unbearably lonely. It is so hard to learn to put sadness in perspective, so hard to understand that it is a feeling that comes in degrees. It can be a candle burning gently and harmlessly in your home, or it can be a full-fledged forest fire that destroys almost everything and is controlled by almost nothing. It can also be so much in between. Depression is a painfully slow, crashing death. Mania is the other extreme, a wild roller coaster run off its tracks, an 8-ball of coke cut with speed. It's fun and it's frightening as hell. Some patients, bipolar type I, experience both extremes. Other, bipolar type 2, suffer depression almost exclusively. But the mixed state, the mercurial churning of both high and low, is the most dangerous, the most deadly. Suicide too often results from the impulsive nature and physical speed of psychotic mania coupled with depression's paranoid self-loathing. Grief is depression in proportion to circumstance. Depression is grief out of proportion to circumstance. Sometimes it feels like we're all living in a Prozac nation. The United States of depression. He was fucking sad. That's it. That's the point. He knows life is never going to get any different for him. That there's no fixing him. It's always going to be the same monotonous depressing bullshit. Boring, sad, he just wants it to be over. People try to say suicide is the most cowardly act a man could ever commit. I don't think that's true at all. What's cowardly is treating a man so badly that he wants to commit suicide. The heart has no tears to give, it drops only blood, bleeding itself away in silence. The pain of severe depression is quite unimaginable to those who have not suffered it, and it kills in many instances because its anguish can no longer be borne. The prevention of many suicides will continue to be hindered until there is a general awareness of the nature of this pain. Stop trying to be less of who you are. Let this time in your life cut you open and drain all of the things that are holding you back. There are two types of seeds in the mind: those that create anger, fear, frustration, jealousy, hatred, and those that create love, compassion, equanimity and joy. Spirituality is germination and sprouting of the second group and transforming the first group. There is no loss if you cannot remember what you have lost.